Yo, mic check, 1 2 1 2 3 4. Okay, we're good. All right, what's going on? How you doing? Happy Thursday, guys. Taking your questions, comments, calls 843-790-3377. Luke Doty Thursday, yes sir. God, that's what I should have put on the board back there. I totally forgot about that. We do have a pretty dope sign today, though. I'll pull it out here in just a second. I don't know if you guys can really see it. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, we got the Cubbies lid on. I like to switch up the hats. It's so funny. I'll go out like in random places and people are like, go Cubs or go whoever. And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. I just have a ton of hats. So that's kind of it. So somebody already asking, you heard rumors of Billy Napier getting an interview on Saturday. So I'll say this. Yeah, that's been floating around. Billy Napier is indeed interviewing Saturday, excuse me. And I would just say, again, I can't go into a great amount of detail. But what I will say is this. I still think Shane Beamer is the guy that gets the job for South Carolina. But I don't think it's over by any means. Let's put it that way. We'll see. I could be wrong. I mean, again, I think everybody's just kind of guessing right now. It's crazy, the uncertainty in this coaching search. You know, nobody really knows, it feels like. So I'll let you guys see the sign today. I was actually pretty happy with this one. Kentucky, good at bourbon, bad at football. So I think we can all agree on that. I do enjoy some Kentucky bourbon every now and then. Let's see. Again, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. Guys, phone lines are open. You want to get in, you want to talk Kentucky, you want to talk coaching search, you want to talk anything else. So let's see. So, yeah, ladies also do play tonight. Women play tonight. They play NC State, I believe, correct? It's in the Jimmy V Classic, I think, or something like that. So, yep, NC State. So, yep, got a lot going on, man. Again, it's so funny. I feel like people are not really all that interested in talking about the Kentucky game. They more so want to talk about the coaching search. But, yeah, whatever you guys want to chat about, let's do it. Obviously, again, today's show, episode 331, dropped this morning. I broke down the game against the Kentucky Wildcats, key matchups, keys to the game, top storylines, all that good stuff. You guys know the drill. So, and crazy. It's kind of sad, too. The last regular season preview show of the season. Kind of sad. We'll go ahead and jump out to the phone lines here. Hey, Parrish, what's going on, man?
Hey, Chris, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing all right. Hey, yeah, I just want to touch on the fact, man, that, you know, about the rumors you were saying about the contract and stuff yesterday with Shane Beamer and Billy Napier.
Yeah.
And what they want or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought, to me, you know, at first I was one of them guys who I was Napier. Like, yeah, we need to get Napier. I don't like Beamer, etc. But now that I look at it, I feel like I kind of want Beamer now. Because here's the thing, right? I don't blame Napier for wanting $5 million 5 years. Simply because you coming to Carolina, you already losing recruits nonstop, you know what I'm saying, as far as the state to Clemson and Georgia. So it's harder to turn the program around. You know what I'm saying? So I don't blame you for wanting more than Muschamp, really. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then I feel like, too, Napier knows, hey, if I do come in, I'm getting, like, I feel like with that mindset, he know he can come in and make some changes. But but Beamer, he showed me he a team player. The fact that you're willing to take less and put the extra money towards your coordinators, and you like, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? Even though if I do take less, get to my coordinators, eventually we're going to get raises because I know for a fact we're going to get wins. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That made me like Beamer a lot more because I could tell he's more of a team player. You know, I feel like Napier, I don't blame him, but I feel like it's a little too much to ask for, knowing that they just fired their coach and they had to do a buyout. Beamer like, hey, that's fine. I don't mind taking $3 million, 4 years or whatever like that, but let me get the extra money so I can get the best coordinators in here possible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, and I will say this though on the money front, because yeah, for sure, I definitely heard that. And I think we can all, it's all kind of obvious. Money is going to be a factor in this coaching search, but I will tell you this: with them meeting with Napier again, you have to believe they wouldn't be willing to meet with him again unless there was a willingness on both sides to meet in the middle and to be flexible. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Napier is willing to go down as far as money is concerned. I will say this too, because obviously I've jumped on the bandwagon. It's hard not to when you got all the, the former players supporting and voicing their support for Shane Beamer. I'm not going to be upset if we hire Billy Napier. Like I think that both guys are a risk, but both have tremendous upside. Like I'm not going to be damning either one of them if they get the job. So I just want to make that clear. But yeah, no, certainly money's a big factor in this search. I definitely hear what you're saying about Beamer. And I think Beamer also just recognizes he's never been a head coach before. You know what I mean? So you kind of have to be flexible in regards to what you're asking for financially and kind of what you bring to the table, if you will. And, I guess Billy Napier, he's like, hey, I've been a head coach. And, he's trying to ask for more, whatever it is. But again, I don't think the two sides would be coming together to meet this weekend if both sides weren't willing to be a little bit more flexible and renegotiate. So, we'll see, man. It's going to be interesting. It's crazy. Again, this coaching search has been wild. I mean, it's just I'm getting to the point where I'm kind of ready for it to be over, but I'm just ready to know who the next head coach is going to be. But it's it's definitely coming down to the wire, and it seems like every day there's some new tidbit information that kind of comes out that makes you go back one way or the other. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see for sure.
Hey,
so
wait, let me ask you a quick question. So. Do you think Carolina, you think Ray Tanner, do you think the first pick was Napier, and then Beamer came through, and then they was like, wait, Napier asking for too much. Let's try to renegotiate with him and then have him come back in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think I can tell you this, I think it's split between people wanting Beamer and people wanting, basically it's split between people wanting Beamer and people wanting somebody who's been a head coach before. Not even necessarily Napier, but Napier obviously is the hot name, and he is one of the top guys, one of the top guys out there that any school can hire. So I mean, I think that's what it comes down to, is they're kind of split in that regard. Is it split maybe between Tanner and Castle? And is it split with the board of trustees? It's split somewhere. So yeah, I think that's what it comes back to. So again, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I can't say too much, but no, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Again, Napier's definitely not out of it, though. I can tell you that. So it's I think we'll know probably by Sunday or maybe Monday. We'll have a better idea what's going down. So.
All right. Well, hey, we ready, man.
Yeah.
I feel like either way it goes.
Yeah, I'm ready too, man, for sure.
Yeah, I said in the comment section, somebody, they were pissed. I like, man, 2023. I'm expecting the SEC championship. That is how I feel, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
I love it.
Hey, it's 2023. That's how I feel.
I love it. I love it, man. Speak it into existence.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, Parrish. Thanks so much. Yeah, great call. They're going 843-790-3377, guys. Taking your calls, questions, calls, comments. Again, I'm almost biting my tongue a little bit because there's things going on that you kind of have to keep to yourself. But again, what I can tell you guys is it's not over. It's not a slam dunk at all that Shane Beamer's getting the job. And I still think right now I'd put money on that it will be Shane Beamer. I would definitely put all my money. It's either going to be Shane Beamer or Billy Napier. It's going to be one of those two guys. It's going to be one of those two guys. So the confirmed coaches interviewed, I know that they've interviewed, and I think Tanner told the guys, the Letterman, that he was going to interview 10 guys. So I'm pretty sure they've interviewed Beamer, Napier, Satterfield, Monken. I think offensive coordinator from Florida even got an interview. Yeah, so I mean that's the short list. There are probably a host of others that I'm not 110% sure, but yeah, Eric Fryer's just performance-based contracts from this point forward. Base salary plus 9-win season equals extra $500K, 11 wins or better, $1 million bonus. SEC East title, $1 million bonus. SEC title, $3 million bonus. That's the way to go. Yeah, I agree. Make the next head coach earn his paycheck. That's what I say. Make the next head coach earn his paycheck. So, Bradley Turner, if Gus gets fired and they take Freeze, what about Gus Malzahn? He couldn't win at Auburn, at least big. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think Gus is interesting, but I'm good on Gus Malzahn. I don't know. Bradley Turner, how can you compete with Florida and Georgia, et cetera, with a hire like Beamer or Napier? Those schools are willing to pay coaches, et cetera, like settling for Belk Bowl. I mean, Kirby Smart had never been a head coach before. Like, why are we acting like he was like on the level of Urban Meyer or Nick Saban or what? Again, I said this on social media yesterday. I'll say it here again. Kirby Smart is Will Muschamp with a better roster. Bottom line. They're the same guy. I guarantee you if South Carolina would have hired Kirby Smart 5 years ago, we'd be in the same exact predicament. They're the same dude. So I don't look at Kirby as some like elite coach. I think he's a solid football coach. I'm not saying that he's not a better football coach than Will Muschamp. I think he is, but I don't look at Kirby in the same light as a Saban or even a Dan Mullen. I mean, I just don't. Bryant Hughes, who do you think will transfer out? It's tough to say again. It's on an individual basis. I think guys right now, I wouldn't be shocked if they transferred, or guys like Shiloh Sanders, the Carry-On Joyner, obviously RJ Roderick, I don't know, maybe Ortre Smith, maybe Chad Terrell, those guys that opted out. I think there's a higher probability they opt out, transfer, excuse me. So yeah, they did interview Jamie Chadwell as well. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot to throw Chadwell in there. Tyler Noel, if you couldn't make it as assistant at Clemson, there's no way you're going to make it in the SEC. You've won a little bit at Louisiana, and you want all this money and have proved nothing. Please don't mess this up. Again, I hear you 110%. It's going to be a risk either way. Like I said, whether you hire Beamer or Napier, or even if you hired Freeze somehow, it's going to be a risk either way. So it's going to be a risk no matter what. Let's see. Anthony Plumley, Kevin Harris, Heisman chances next year. Well, you need to be on a good team to have a chance to win the Heisman. So his Heisman chances rest solely on does South Carolina have a good football team. So if they do, never know. I mean, obviously, you look at the numbers he's putting up this year. It's stupid. I mean, he's one of the best running backs in the country, but I don't know. Will his number – here's a fun question for you. Will Kevin Harris's number be better or worse next season? And the reason I ask that is because if Marshawn Lloyd – I mean, we all assume – Marshawn Lloyd's going to be 100% healthy. Lloyd's going to take some carries. There's no question. I'm still not, and I know this sounds crazy, but I'm not totally convinced Kevin Harris will still be RB1. Like, if Marshawn Lloyd is that dude, and I mean, that's a good problem to have, dude. If you've got 1A, 1B with Lloyd Harris or Harris Lloyd, I mean, I'm all for that. That sounds like a great time to me. So, Tristan Dixon, is Tom Herman the offensive Muschamp? If we got him, do you think we'd be in the same situation? I mean, it's tough to say, but man, if you can't win at Texas, what makes you think he would have won at South Carolina? So, I don't know. Brian Welch says Napier got fired at Clemson because him and Dabo butted heads calling plays. It's not because he wasn't a great offensive mind. Herm Edwards begged Napier to stay as offensive coordinator at Arizona State. He chose to be out on his own word as Dabo's ego got in the way of Napier staying at Clemson as offensive coordinator. Yeah, I definitely did read that. Yeah, I certainly think they butted heads and didn't really get along, and saw things where Dabo was trying kind of like Will Muschamp, kind of micromanaging on the offensive side, and it's no bueno. So, Eric Fryer, give the program a Beamer, tell him to go build a legacy. I mean, listen, I'm all aboard it. I'm all for it, man. Why not? I'm just telling you guys, I don't think that it's I don't think it's over by any means. I do not think it's over by any means. So who knows? Who knows what's about to happen? I mean, who knows? Let's see. Jacob Rogers, I have a feeling this hire is going to throw us all for a curveball. It certainly might. That's certainly kind of what it feels. Feels like it's throwing us for a curveball every day. So it's crazy. By the way, I was thinking about this, guys. I was on eBay earlier. After the Christmas season, when we get rid of the Nutcracker, I'm gonna have to get like a cool Gamecock bobblehead or something to go in that slot right there. I think that'd be cool. Little Gamecock bobblehead. Andrew Bowers, why hire a guy who couldn't perform in the ACC and now fans want him because he's winning at Louisiana? Who have they played? No big teams. We need a guy who has been there. To me, that's Beamer. I hear you, Andrew, but I don't, in the sense that, I mean, Beamer's never been a head coach at all. So I mean, I don't know. Brian Welch, Beamer, Napier, or Chadwell, and I'm happy. I hear you. Yeah, I'm choosing to be happy. I'm choosing to be happy this coaching search. Chris Bennett, ditch the Cubs hat. Chop. Yeah, dude, I'm a Braves fan. I just wear a lot of hats. So, get a Will Muschamp bobblehead. Yeah, we're not going to do that. GDA, this is such a tough situation because what if we get Beamer and another Power 5 gets Napier and they become really good? I guess you got to trust our people hiring the coach. Yeah, you just have to. I mean, you got to take a risk. Hey, we didn't get Herman. We didn't get Kirby. You see how they've worked out. You just live with it. It is what it is. So, Tristan Dixon, Napier or Beamer is fine. I don't have that sick feeling like I got with Muschamp. We all knew that wasn't going to work. Yeah, again, the floor is so much higher than it was in 2015. That's the good news. You're not going to make a hire that is worse than what Will Muschamp was in 2015. No question. No question. Eric Fryer, if I had to guess and only guess, Castlin is an old horse, doesn't want to give the keys of the kingdom to a young coach with no head coaching experience. That's the old mentality. The big money folks and fan base and alumni want Beamer. That means asses in seats and a packed Willie B. Yeah, indeed. And again, I understand Castlin being hesitant. I understand that. I mean, listen, he understands his legacy is going to be tied to this hire, bottom line. I mean, everything he does, all of the positives, all the good things he will do and could do as president. If you mess up this football hire, that's what people will remember. They're not going to remember anything else about your time at South Carolina. They're going to remember, oh, that's Bob Castlin, the president who hired that guy. So, and that's what sucks about Ray Tanner, because that's what people think of Ray Tanner. Oh, that's Ray Tanner. They don't think about the baseball stuff first anymore. They're like, oh, that's Ray Tanner. That's the guy that hired Will Muschamp and gave him a stupid extension. So, Savannah Webster, Coastal BYU will be a good one Saturday. My head will be on a swivel between football, basketball, and the other games. Yeah. What about me trying to cover them all? No, it'll be interesting. No, like I said, I think that basketball game is supposed to be at 6, so that'll be really nice. I'd like there to be some sort of like separation, I guess, if you will. But basketball doesn't really start for Gamecock fans until after football's over anyway. So again, we're going to be working double duty, but obviously football is the priority on Saturday. But I'm really excited to watch basketball. It's a big opportunity for South Carolina. I'm really excited. So, Kevin Schuler, does Dak stay and back up Luke if Ryan and Colin leave? Maybe a Taysom Hill kind of role for the Gamecocks. Tough to say. I think Dak transfers. I've had others tell me they don't think he does. Who knows? Who knows? I know Dak loves being a Gamecock. He loves his home state, but God, does he want to play? I mean, does he want to play? Does he want to get on the field? I don't know. Flip a coin. I don't know. Andrew Bowers hasn't been a head coach, but coached at top programs and got their players to be above and beyond. If we hire Beamer, no doubt he goes out and gets the right coaches under him, but who knows? Yeah, no, I agree. Listen, I'm not trying to I'm just playing devil's advocate. And that's, you could do that with every single candidate. See, that's the thing. That's why I don't get too worked up over any of these guys, because they all have pros and cons. All of them are going to be a risk. There's no point in trying to damn a guy the second he takes the job. You know what I mean? So, I'll be happy with either Napier or Beamer. I honestly will be happy with either. So, C. Bailey Bird 9. Would a Napier hire be a spit in the face of the alum who've been vocal of Beamer? Few say yes. Well, here's the thing, and I said this before. Unless you've got a guy that you've interviewed him, you've taken a look at your candidate and say, we've got to hire this guy. And let's say it's Napier. They interview him again and say, we've got to hire him. If that's the case, you got to pull the trigger on him. I get it. And you're right. It does feel like spitting in their face a little bit. And that's the tricky part. But if I'm Castlin, Tanner, if you make that hire, I'm reaching out to all those alums and just saying, hey, I know who you wanted. This is why we hired Billy Napier. Now, we're going to need you to get behind him 110%, the same way you would have been behind Shane Beamer. Because, hey, guess what? The alumni are going to be happy if we start winning football games. That's the bottom line. If we start winning, that's all that matters. Just win. Just win games. So, yeah, it's an interesting dynamic for sure. It's a very interesting dynamic. It'll be interesting to see how guys react if Shane does not get the job. So, let's see. Jay says, I also suspect Beamer could wind up being grabbed up by Virginia Tech. I mean, yes, certainly. If South Carolina doesn't work out, I think certainly he could end up at Va-Tech. Let's see. DJ Pappas, again, do you think the former players would be pissed if they hired Napier after all the support they gave for Beamer? I don't know. That's on an individual basis yet again. I don't know how the guys would react. I think they all love Carolina and they want to see Carolina succeed. So it'd be tough. I know some guys certainly would be pissed. Guys I've talked to behind closed doors and behind the scenes, I know they'd be kind of upset. I'm going to be honest with you, but there's still a chance Beamer gets the job, guys. It's just who knows, though, at this point. So Matthew Jacob, we need young, innovative coaches. Keep Connor quarterback coach and build something from the ground up for once. That's certainly an option. I think it certainly could happen. So Philip Young, Shane has said he would take Carolina over coaching in the shadow of his dad. We have a Gamecock Hokie household here, so we are on pins and needles. Yeah, I bet that's really interesting for you guys right now. Chris Nee, when do you think we'll have an announcement on the new coach? Once hired, will they hit the recruiting trail? I think we'll find out by mid next week. I do. I think this weekend is going to be like the final go around for interviews and whatever. I think by mid next week we'll know. I honestly do. And certainly, yeah, the new coach will hit the recruiting trail. Absolutely, he has to. Guys, taking your calls as well, 843-790-3377, 843-790-3377. If you guys do want to call in here on a Thursday, we're talking Kentucky game. We're talking coaching search. Obviously, most of the questions revolve around the coaching search. So, yeah, love to take your questions, obviously, on a Thursday. Episode 331 dropped this morning. Obviously, breaking down everything with the Kentucky game. Also, awesome interview. Bryce Sherman joined the show today. You guys probably remember that name. Was a specialist for South Carolina. Kick returner, if you will. Was a big part of that 2010 SEC East Championship team. Awesome combo of Bryce. Awesome guy. So be sure to check that out as well. Shamir Lipscomb, new uniform contract with a new coach. See, that's the questions that matter. Are we going to get new unis? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah, how many people, by the way, Savannah Webster makes a good point. Tomorrow is Napier's tryout, all eyes on that game. How many people are going to be watching the Louisiana App State game tomorrow night? I know that a lot of people certainly, I would assume, will. Savannah Webster, are the girls a favorite tonight? I can look it up. I'm assuming they are. I'm assuming they are. Do they? Here's the thing, and somebody maybe correct me. I'm asking a serious question. Do women's games have lines on them? Because I don't think they do. I don't know. I could be wrong. You guys let me know. All right, we're going to jump back to the phone lines here. To accept, press 1. Yo, what's going on? How are you?
Good, man. It's Gamecock Swag here.
Yeah, what's up, man? How are you?
Yeah, just want to tell you about some recruiting news that I was talking to some of the players yesterday, and Kamari Wilson is coming to Carolina. 2022 5-star safety. He's coming.
Is that the guy that's had Gamecock football in his bio for the past like month and a half? On Instagram, I think.
Yeah. But we're getting some IMG products. We're getting another linebacker in 2023. He's already said he's coming.
Nice.
So, which is kind of shocking without the coaching search.
Yeah, well, I mean, some guys have different reasons for committing, and who knows? I mean, who knows? So, but yeah, I mean, obviously, it'll be good to get the new coach in here and let him obviously start recruiting and building those relationships and solidifying those relationships. And I think South Carolina will be fine, man. This recruiting class is going to be rough. Obviously, we all know that, but you get the right guy in there. Carolina's got plenty to offer, man. So I'm not too worried about recruiting falling off a ledge in the future. You know what I mean? So I'm yeah, I feel good about it. So
yeah, well, the basketball team looked okay the other day. We'll see what happens Saturday.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a good early season test. Going to be a really good early season test, I think. So, hey, I said this too. If you as bad as that Liberty game was, if you beat Houston, nobody will care. So,
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, I really like Jermaine Kuznar. That kid can play. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's next level. I think he's got more potential than AJ Lawson.
Yeah, which is saying something. Yeah, Coos is a baller, man. Coos is a baller, no question.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks for taking the call.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you calling in.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, boss. Yeah, good call. 843-790-3377, guys. Taking your questions, comments, calls here on a Thursday. Quick update, by the way, guys. No Daily Crow tomorrow. I'm actually having to go out of town tomorrow, kind of unexpectedly for some business stuff. So no Daily Crow tomorrow. I do apologize. But we will be at Overtime Bar and Grill on Saturday, live pregame show, 6:30 to 7 before South Carolina takes on Kentucky, and postgame show following the game. So, but no Daily Crow tomorrow. Just want to keep you guys updated. Apologize for the inconvenience. Going to be out of town, so just kind of impossible. So, yeah, appreciate you guys being flexible. So let's see. Melissa Tripp, I'm a big advocate for Napier too. All the current players want must champs. So what weight does former players wanting Beamer really hold? I mean, I guess you make a good point. I don't know. Yeah, it's a good point. And I mean, you have to think Bob Castlin, again, he has no ties to DJ Swearinger or Pat DeMarco or Melvin Ingram or Devontae Holloman, any of these guys. He doesn't have ties to them. He don't care what they think. You know what I mean? And call it for what it is. So he's going to hire the guy he feels is the best possible fit and is the least risk. So let's see. I'm going to look real quick at the men's basketball, like social media, and see if they've confirmed the tip-off time for Saturday. Because that's surprising. Like, I don't know. Why would it not? Here, let's see. Hold on. This should tell me. Yeah, it's okay. It's 6 p.m. They're playing at 6 p.m. So it's a 6 p.m. tip against Houston. Yep. 6 Eastern. So, Eric Fryer, Lou Holtz just presented Presidential Medal of Freedom. How many Tater coaches got that kind of swag? Good point. Good point. Let's see. Toby says more players stay with the Beamer hire, I think, with the energy that he brings. Maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe so. Zachary Mobley says, if we hire Beamer, do you think we can get any commits to flip from Oklahoma to South Carolina? More importantly, do you think we can get any transfers in the transfer portal? I think that's more so what I'm looking at as far as him coming from Oklahoma. I mean, bring some. Hey, you got a couple backup wide receivers that need some playing time that are big, good athletes. Bring them to Columbia. Why not? Bring them to Columbia. Tim says, I'm sure you've seen the post on 247 regarding possible holdup on Napier. Is USC not willing to allow him to check all the boxes and then staff and other things? How do you feel about that? So first things first, Tim, you'd be shocked to know, or maybe you wouldn't. I don't ever go to like 247 or Gamecocks. Like, contrary to some people's beliefs, some people think I live on message boards and I get information. Like, I don't have to do that. Like, I've gotten to the point where I'm getting information from people. I don't really ever go to the 247 sites or any of the other sites or whatever. I mean, I'm just busy. I'm busy. I don't have time to sit there and, scroll through message boards. It's not something that fits into my schedule. But again, the two sides are meeting on Saturday, and you have to think both sides are willing to negotiate and be flexible if they're willing to meet again. So what comes out of that, who knows? We'll see. Brian Grice says, I was reading now Virginia Tech has stepped in to interview Beamer for their head coach. Do you know anything about it? I mean, I think certainly if South Carolina does not hire Beamer, I think Beamer will be a huge candidate, a big-time candidate at Va-Tech. So, Savannah Webster, I had a dream that 5-star wide receivers were coming. I hope your dream comes true. I really do. I really, really do. Let's see. Jay says, I once had a dream that Clemson got thrown out of the ACC and became an FCS school. Yeah, I wish. William says, how focused will our team be to getting Harris at 1,000? I think very much so, and I think even if he wasn't trying to get to 1,000, Kevin Harris is a big part of the game plan either way. So I think that's really important. He needs 72 yards, I think, or more, 72 plus yards. Just call it 75, whatever. I think that'll certainly be a point of emphasis. But we got to run the football to have a chance Saturday night. So we got to run the football. So, again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. John says, I'm seeing a lot of people saying Beamer hasn't proven himself. Oklahoma's offense has been pretty damn good under him. Maybe that's Maybe that's what we need is somebody who's under the radar. I'd be down with it. Like I said, I think Beamer would do a good job. I'd be all aboard the Beamer train. Trust me. My call says Kevin Harris is going to get 200 plus. Would love to see it, my friend. Would love to see it. Yo, what's going on, man? How are you?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Doing well, doing well. Thanks for asking.
Hey, I posted earlier when you first started the stream. I've been in and out of service. But I was told earlier today that they're saying the ball is in Napier's court to take this job. I know I caught one part of you saying that you're fighting your tongue on things, but what do you think the truth is of that?
Well, I think,
of it?
Yeah, I think that Tanner wants Beamer at 100. I think he's 100% in on. I think it's Caslen, bro. I think it's Caslen. Caslen wants a guy with more head coaching experience. That guy is Billy Napier. So, I think if Billy Napier is willing to come down on the money a little bit, I think there's a good chance he could be Sal Khan's next head coach. Again, is it a certainty? Is it a guarantee? Again, there's a lot of moving pieces. You got the board of trustees who I've heard that they're, they like Shane Beamer a lot for obvious reasons. But yeah, I certainly don't think it's over by any stretch. I'll just put it that way. So, and that meeting Saturday is going to go a long way in determining everything. So I know they didn't want to pay him that $5 million. They absolutely did not want to pay him that $5 million. So, but again, if they're meeting on Saturday, obviously both sides are willing to renegotiate and kind of meet in the middle. You know what I mean? I think if they can do that, you might see Billy Napier as your next head coach. I don't know. I don't know. It's I say that and also saying that this thing is ever changing. This thing's changing every day. So what I'm saying today, tomorrow could be something different. Saturday could be something different. Who knows? But yeah, I think, it's a neck and neck race, man, whether it's going to be Beamer or Napier for sure. So.
And if you think it is Napier, do you think he brings his assistants from Louisiana, or will he go outside of that?
That's tough.
People to South Carolina.
Yeah, that's tough to say. Obviously he's had a lot of success with his assistants there. Would he want to go out and get people that are maybe more well established? I don't know. Honestly, it's tough for me to answer that because, like you said, he's got his assistants at Louisiana right now, and they're having a lot of success. But when you're taking this South, and also, what do his assistants want to do? Do they even want to leave? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm sure he'd bring some people with him, no doubt. I think he'd certainly bring some people with him. Would he bring them all though? It's kind of tough to tell, honestly. So.
Yeah, I was so high on Napier, and then I just seen everybody chanting up Beamer. So now I got on the high horse of Beamer, and now that guy told me that he's hearing a lot of people saying that this is Napier's job to lose. And now I'm back at a crossroads again. I don't know who.
Yeah, I'll be happy with either guy, but I can tell you, I think that if Bob Caslen was not the president of USC, I think Shane Beamer would be hired already. Let's put it that way. So.
Yeah, I just wonder if Caslen looks at what Tanner did with Muschamp, if his trust is just not if he's not fully invested in his trust with what he's thinking about.
Oh, yeah. Can you blame him? I mean, can you blame him, honestly? Yeah. Can you blame him? So.
It's hard. I'm ready to get back to the good old days, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we all are, for sure.
I really tried to put my faith in Muschamp, but after the first 4 or 5 games, I had to get off that bandwagon.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's tough, man. It's tough. So I'm glad we're moving on to brighter days either way. And I think whether it is Beamer or Napier, I'm positive and optimistic at this program at least getting back to, competing. It's crazy that's the expectation now because of what Muschamp did. But I feel good either way. I think the future's bright for Gamecock football. So I'll be excited either way. So.
Yeah, my only thing about Napier is that whole Clemson thing, because I just know if we get him, they are going to hold that over our heads so much when they beat us, or if we just don't do well.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say.
My only holdout.
That's what I was going to say. They're going to hold it over our heads until we beat them. I mean, that's and then it won't be so. Then it won't be so funny anymore.
Yeah.
So.
I love that Beamer wants this as a heads up, but I feel like with Napier, if he was to come, he's gonna have that fire. He wants that revenge on Clemson. He wants to go for Dabo so bad, and I think he will be definitely the one to renew this rivalry to where it should be. I'm not saying Beamer won't, but
oh yeah, you just know with with Napier. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I understand it's kind of tough for game because I wonder if Napier would have never worked at Clemson, how much differently fans would feel about him. And I know it's tough for South Carolina fans to stomach that, but I mean, you look at it, man, it's happened on both sides of the rivalry. Really, dude, Clemson has brought on a lot of South Carolina guys. They had Chris Rumpf on staff. Hell, Brad Scott went from being South Carolina's head coach to going on their staff. I mean, it's happened on their side as well. So, like you said, I think, certainly if South Carolina hires Napier, you're gonna hear it from Clemson fans either way. But it won't be so funny if Napier goes out there and wins. You know what I'm saying? It won't be so funny if Napier goes out there and whips up on Dabo and gets his revenge, like you said. So, I don't know. That's what it comes down to, man. That's what it comes back to. So.
All right, what do you think the chances are of Napier was? Do you think Beamer would leave Oklahoma? You think that would just be out of the question?
Say that again. You cut out there for a little bit.
So if Napier was to get hired, which I mean, I think if they're going back to talk again, there's some level of interest between the two. That if they were fully invested on teams that they would already are going to go Napier's way. But if he was to get hired, do you think Beamer would leave Oklahoma for the same title at South Carolina, or do you think he would stay at Oklahoma?
I don't know, man. It'd be kind of tough to come to South Carolina to be an assistant while the guy that we picked over you as the head coach. I don't know. There's egos in coaching, man. I think that'd be kind of tough. Be kind of tough. So I doubt that would happen, but you never know. You never know. So.
All right, well, I appreciate you taking my call. Definitely looking forward to these next few days, figuring out what's going on, and maybe we can start talking about what the new assistants are going to be and how we go from there. Definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready for it for sure. I appreciate the call, man. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks. Yep, again, 843-790-3377, guys, taking your questions, calls, comments here on a Thursday. Truly appreciate you all tuning in. Seen a lot of comments. Everybody's kind of going back and forth, debating on the coaching stuff, who you guys want. Let's see. Brad Vale, how much of a chance do you give Vatek of stealing Beamer underneath Carolina? If Carolina wants Beamer, they're going to get him. It doesn't matter what Vatek wants. Bottom line. So. Let's see. It's me, Patrick. Love the hat. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. I saw somebody call in, was unable to get to it. If you want to call back, feel free to do so. Feel free to do so. Let's see. It's crazy, man. I'm definitely ready. The coaching search has been fun, but I'm kind of the point. I'm ready to find out who the next guy is going to be. You know what I mean? So. Here we go. Looks like we just had somebody leave a voice. Or here's a text. Okay. Jonathan in Houston says, "What's up? USC program is a sleeping giant. We have the best fan base in the country and top-of-the-line facilities to attract recruits, not to mention very good financial resources. All we need is a coach to unlock its potential." Hey, well said, my friend. I agree with you. I agree. No reason why South Carolina can't become a big-time program. None. Absolutely none in my mind. So. Tyler Knoll, has anyone seen any possible staff people that Napier would bring? Doesn't matter if it's Beamer or Napier. Connor has to stay on staff as their quarterback coach. I agree. Connor's got to stay on staff in some capacity. So, SEC football tube, what's going on, man? What's going on? Steven, is there any chance we get Derek Mason as a DC? I don't think so. I don't think so. Jacob Henson says, I think Napier would end up in an SEC school regardless, and that causes some of my pause on Beamer, though. I like him. Josh Bailey, thoughts on OC and DC for each candidate? So I'm thinking with Napier, I'm not 100% sure. Does he bring his guys from Louisiana? Does he go outside of that? I don't know. For Beamer, I've heard names like Garrett Riley, the brother of Lincoln Riley and the head coach at SMU for offensive coordinator. For the defensive coordinator, I've heard names like Bud Foster. I've heard Barry Odom. So who knows? SEC football tube says, I think it's going to be Beamer. I'd still probably say so as well, but I'll tell you, man, again, I think it's Napier's not out of it. Napier is not. It's going to be one of those two guys, no question. So Melissa Tripp says, I think Beamer will bring in better coordinators. You might be right. You might be right. Again, like I said, guys, it's just kind of like a who knows at this point. Like, honestly, I think Beamer would certainly bring on some really top-notch coordinators. I think he knows he has to. You know what I mean? I think he knows he has to. Mike Hall, do you have any merch for sale? Would love to support the show. Absolutely. tsus.store. Here, I'll put the link in case you guys are interested. tsus.store. It's where you can find all of our merchandise. Got tons of merch. T-shirts are hot right now. T-shirts are very hot. And depending on who gets the head coaching job, I might make some more T-shirts. So, but T-shirts are hot right now for sure. Got a lot of great stuff on there. A lot of great stuff. Tristan Dixon, what type of offense does Napier run? He's definitely the spread type of offense, up-tempo. You'll see it a lot, too, on the game tomorrow night. I know, again, I'm going to be glued to the game. I know a lot of Gamecock fans will be watching that football game, so it should be very, very interesting. What time is that game, by the way? I just thought about that. Let's see. Louisiana. Oh, my gosh, it's at 8:30. Of course, I've got dinner reservations at 8:30. Welp, okay. Let's see. Women's basketball games tonight at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Justin says, I feel like with Beamer, he brings that youth and energy to the program, and he would be here for years. I think certainly, yeah, that's one of the pros of Beamer. Yeah, you talk to all the former players, guys that played for him, guys that know him, very energetic, enthusiastic guy. I think certainly that's something he would bring to the program, no doubt. Troy Engel says, Ray Tanner's worst nightmare. Easy. Liberty's COVID testing rules them out. Coastal plays and beats BYU, beats Louisiana again in the league title game, and finishes the season in the top 10. Chadwell never gets a serious look from Ray as they hire somebody who's bounced around for 20 years. Painting that picture of our nightmare scenario. Thank you so much for that. SC football too. Derek Mason can go coach for Tennessee once Pruitt is fired. Why not ruin Tennessee even more and give us another SEC team to school every year? That'd be fun. There's no way that happens. No chance. No chance. Melissa Tripp, what are the cons of Napier? I mean, I'd say the cons of Napier are, again, you're still taking a risk in the sense that he's never coached a big-time SEC school. You know what I mean? Like, he's won at Louisiana. Cool. But does that mean he's ready to come in the best conference in the country and compete week in, week out with the big boys in the SEC? I don't know. Jerry Withrow, who's your favorite candidate for head coach? Again, I'd be happy with Napier or Beamer, and I think it's going to be one of those two guys. I'd be happy with either. Again, there's pros and cons to both. There's a risk with both. I'd be happy with both guys. I think both are really good options. So let's see. We got a text here on the text line. Where is it? Oh, here it is. South Carolina needs a head coach right now in their situation. Napier has proven himself at that position. Beamer has not. Napier will get us to where we want to be. That's fair. I mean, it's a fair argument. I'm not going to like debate you till I'm blue in the face about, oh, why this is why it should be Beamer or this is why. There are good arguments on both sides. There are solid arguments on both sides, I believe. So, and they're both risks. David said, in my mind, Beamer's almost a no-brainer. He has the energy, the pedigree, the tutelage, the love of the university, and knowledge of that area. I'm understanding he's a motivator, great recruiter. I'm with Marcus on this. Hire Beamer. Be done, and let's go to work. Again, I hear you. I mean, it's intoxicating what these former players have said. It's hard to ignore the endorsements that Shane Beamer has gotten. It's very hard to ignore it. So, let's see. Justin says, much as you do for the fans, I will text you the play-by-play during dinner. Appreciate it. Let's see. USC Insider, if Tennessee fires their coach, Napier or Beamer may go there. Maybe. You never know. Tristan Dixon, I think Chadwell goes to Tennessee once Pruitt is fired. Has too good of a team for him to died off as one of our candidates. Yeah, I don't know why he basically died off as one of our candidates. I really don't know. I'm not 100% sure. So, Brian, I think Napier would leave eventually if he had success here. I think Beamer would stay here forever if he succeeded. Beamer was born here in Charleston, South Carolina. This is home to him. Yeah. I mean, you make a good point yet again. Yeah. It's his dream job. So, Rodney Creel, if it ends up being Napier, how delayed is the announcement and recruiting start? It's a great question. It's a great question because Napier's still coaching, right? They've still got games to go and stuff. So, I mean, I think they're going to try to get that announcement out quickly. I would think so. So, Justin, either way, it's a gamble, but Shane has been here, so I think he's the safer gamble. And let's be honest, Shane's name holds weight, and he can definitely get you to the next level. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I mean, again, guys, I'll be happy with either. I think both have upside, both have risks, both have cons, but both have pros and both have upside in my mind. So, Andrew Bauer, Smart and Dabo weren't head coaches, and look at them now. Top programs just getting better and better. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to be a head coach previously to have success as a head coach. So, Steven says, how long has Napier been at Louisiana? Trying to figure out how long he's been able to develop his team. He's been there, I think, a little bit. Pretty sure he's been there a little while now. He has been there. Actually, he's been there 28. So this is his third season. He got there in 2018. So. Jerry Withrow, is it true we'll know Monday? We'll know a lot more Monday than we know now. Will there be any official announcement? I don't know. I doubt it, but heck, I don't know, man. This time next week, guys, I think we ought to know something. That's for damn sure. I think we'll probably know who the next head coach is. Brian Bennett, let's say this goes south and Beamer doesn't get it. Why Chris Peterson is not a name mentioned? I'm Team Shane, though. Great question. I have no idea. That's a fantastic question. I really don't know. Really don't know why his name hasn't been out there. Tristan Dixon, I'd rather have some players transferring from Oklahoma than Louisiana. And you are right there. You are right there, no doubt. Noah Whalen, what's up, man? Beamer has worked with running backs his whole career, and look at who the Gamecocks have at running back for the next years. Should be exciting if he comes. Agree. The future of the running back position at South Carolina is extremely bright. We'll put it that way. So, Dean says, with whoever you hire, it's a crapshoot. So roll the dice and see what happens with a winning head coach, Billy Napier. There you go. There's his endorsement. So, again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. Got about 10 minutes left. Just a quick reminder, podcast dropped this morning, episode 331. Official Kentucky preview, top storylines, key matchups, keys to the game, all that good stuff. Also, Bryce Sherman interview, which was awesome. Bryce, a phenomenal dude. Really, really good conversation. I'll have my prediction for the Kentucky game tomorrow. And another reminder, no Daily Crow tomorrow. I'll be out of town, actually heading up to Charlotte. To take care of some business. So we'll be out of town, so no Daily Crow tomorrow, but we will have Saturday watch party at Overtime Bar and Grill. Pregame show there, 6:30 to 7. Obviously, kickoff at 7:30. Doors open at 11. You guys come on out. Going to be a really, really good time. So let's see. Peyton Clemens, do you think Napier is a good recruiter compared to Beamer? I know Napier seems to develop talent good with the recruits he has. I think they're both pretty good recruiters, and they both have knowledge of the area. They both have knowledge of the Southeast. So I think either way, you're going to get a solid recruiter, no doubt. Yep. I think you should be good. So, again, guys, taking your calls still, 843-790-3377 if you guys want to call in on the phone lines. So, Justin says Marshawn getting developed under Beamer could be fire. He's a diamond, just needs to be polished. We say he's a diamond, hadn't even touched the field. So, I mean, yeah, I'm excited again for the future of the Gamecocks running back room. I'm very, very pumped for it. So, it's going to be an absolute two-headed monster in that backfield next year. Steven says if you could compare one NFL team to South Carolina, who would you pick and why? God, that's tough. I don't know. That's kind of tough. I mean, can you just say the Panthers? I mean, I don't know. I mean, never won the big one. Have been close before, but fallen short. Could say the Panthers. I don't know. Tampa Bay Gamecocks. Go Cox in the building. How about that? Tampa Bay Gamecocks. How about it? Hopefully we're seeing you guys in a couple of weeks for the bowl game. That would be awesome. Or in some, I don't know, in some capacity. Heck, I don't know. Let's see. Brian Bennett, excuse the profile pick. I lost a bet. I have one more question. Do we keep the strength coach? I hope so. Again, that's going to be up to the next head coach. I mean, I think Paul Jackson's done a fine job. If he came back, I'd be fine with it. But it's hard to say whether he's going to stay or not. So I would honestly side with probably not. Because these guys normally bring in their own strength guys and their own staffs in general. So, Noah Whalen, do you think the Gamecocks make a bowl game this year if we win on Saturday? I think yes, actually. I think these bowl games, they're trying to sell tickets. They're trying to get, exposure, and they know South Carolina fans will travel. They know South Carolina fans will watch. So, I'd like to think so. I would like to think so. SC football, too, I'm good with whoever as long as they win, but Shane is a name picking up a lot of steam with the former players. If that doesn't excite you, then I don't know what does. I'm okay with Billy, but Shane Beamer. Yeah, I feel the same way. Honestly, I feel the same way. Jay says, any chance either keeps Bobo on board? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yep, I think there's a chance. For the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jesus. No, I don't think we're even as bad as the Jets, to be honest. Tampa Bay Gamecocks. Yeah, let's make it happen. Would love, I don't, the bowl situation is madness, but man, would love to see South kind of go down to Florida for a bowl game. That would be incredible. So, John Strickland, Gamecocks legend in the building. What's going on, man? He says the Texans. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, there's, that's fair. So, Jay says they're a sleeping giant. Who's a team that is close but needs the right coach to lead them to that next level? Maybe the Texans. Yeah, maybe the Texans. Maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe it is the Texans. Melissa Tripp, would Napier have already been hired if the former players didn't advocate for Beamer? I don't think so, because I think it comes down to money. I think money is also another thing that is a big factor in this. So, Tyler Knoll, I hate saying it, but Napier getting another interview all but says it's his job to lose. I'm a Beamer guy, but Napier interviewing twice, the writing is on the wall. Castleton is going to get his way, unfortunately. I mean, it definitely tells me that it's still going on. It definitely tells me that Napier's still in the running. There's no question. So, Travis Ford, any chance for Derek Mason as defensive coordinator? I don't think so. Got another text on the text line. So, off topic for football. No, you're a Braves fan. Thoughts on Charlie Morton and Drew Smiley that have signed for our rotation? I'm excited for the Braves. I think the future is very bright for the Atlanta Braves. They've got the arms, man. And Smiley and Morton are two damn good arms. So I'm excited for Atlanta baseball for sure. Are RJ says, I'm not saying they don't know what they're talking about. They may like him and trust him, but that doesn't make him right for the job, is my point. You're right. You can't just hire a guy just because former players like him. That's not a good enough basis to hire a guy. But I think there are other positives about Shane Beamer that, make him a good fit. So. Tyler Noel, why did we re-sign Luke Jackson? Braves fans hate Luke Jackson. I mean, here's my thing with Luke Jackson. Is he perfect? No, but the guy throws 98, bro. Like,
Cody. To accept, press 1.
Yo, what's going on, Cody? How are you?
JT Daniels kicked that ass. Pussy suck my dick.
Why are the troll number? And I hope the people that call in do that realize, like, I have your number. I'll put the number on blast if we should do that. But it's the North Augusta people. Why are the people from my hometown calling in and trolling? What's going on? Crazy. Oh, well. I might as well just block the number. That'd probably be the smarter thing to do. We got no time for it, Cody. We got no time for it. Yeah. All right, we're good. The number has been blocked. We're good. Let's see. Melissa Tripp, Luke Jackson curveball is legendary. Yeah, Luke. I mean, I'm not saying Luke Jackson's great. He makes every outing interesting, but I mean, he's got big league. He's a big leaguer. He's got big league stuff. So I get it though. I mean, every outing with him is interesting to say the least. So Andrew Bowers, he's gone, so either they can get on board with it or get out. Simply he ain't coming back. As far as Muschamp, I just assume, yeah. Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls. We got about 3 minutes left here. Andrew Bowers, Champ was the worst hire in my lifetime in Carolina football history. Well, and I'll tell you this, as a Carolina fan, I've only seen 3 coaches. I've seen 3 coaches. Lou Holtz, Lou Holtz, Steve Spurrier, then Will Muschamp. I've seen those 3 coaches. So, yeah, Will Muschamp was definitely the worst of those 3. So, another text on the text line. Thoughts on what else the Braves need to do this offseason? Yeah, I'm assuming you're not going to re-sign Ozuna. You didn't re-sign Duvall, I don't think. So you got to get some bats. You just got to get some pieces, man, to help out the pitching. You got to have some pieces to help out your pitching. So Brian Welch, I haven't played D1 baseball in 6 years, and I guarantee you I could pepper a double off the right center field wall if you gave me 2 ABs. I'm assuming you're saying against Luke Jackson. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see it. I'm not going to pretend like I could. Because, I mean, obviously I wasn't a hitter in college, but I don't think I'd even be able to see 100. So, I mean, whatever. RJ, even though I don't prefer Beamer as head coach, there are positive things I like about him. I just like Napier and trust him more. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people feel that way. I don't think it's wrong to feel that way by any means. So, Ronnie Creel, the support from the alum may have helped Beamer get attention for the job, but it's not what would get him the job if he's hired. He had to impress with his plans for the program. Yeah, and again, Melissa makes a good point. Really, guys, all that matters, we just want to win games. So get the guy in there who's going to give South Carolina the best chance to win football games. Tristan Dixon, Vanderbilt play-by-play guy fired for being drunk during broadcast. Where is that at? Please send that link. Have to imagine Todd Ellis is wanting to throw some back with us watching our games under Muschamp. Let's see. Kevin Schuler, if Napier doesn't sign this weekend, I think Beamer is hired before Tuesday is my guess. I mean, possible. Very sure. Here you go. Last question. Tony Stockman. Seen yesterday, if Napier called today, the job would be his, but he wants the money to go out and get top assistants, but Tanner won't commit to it. Tanner wants to go cheap, and in 3 years, you'll be having the same conversation to see who's going to be the next head coach. You get what you get if you go cheap. Enjoy the show. Tony, thanks so much. Again, guys, appreciate you all tuning in. Going to wrap it up here. We've got about 20 seconds left. Episode 331 of the podcast dropped this morning. Check that out. No Daily Crow tomorrow. I'll be out of town. I apologize for that, and I appreciate you guys being flexible. And, of course, Saturday, watch party, overtime bar and grill, pregame show 6:30 to 7, kickoff 7:30. I'll be doing a postgame show as well, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. No Daily Crow tomorrow, like I said, but we'll talk on Saturday, pregame, South Carolina, Kentucky, guys. Go Cox, beat the Wildcats. We'll talk Saturday. Thanks so much.